Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Chill Silver and Such channel. This episode or this week I wanted to talk about constitutional silver, specifically the Morgan silver dollars, and a little bit of the peace dollar as well. I really think this is good for beginner stackers, seasoned stackers. Really doesn't matter. I think that you should have some of these in your stack. They're highly sought after, highly recognized, and liquid. Easy to sell a Morgan to somebody. And you know, some dates and some mints can be very valuable, way more valuable than what the silver content is. But I just want to speak on what it means as a silver coin. Now, the Morgan silver dollar was minted from 1878 to 1904, and then they stopped minting these, and then minted them last year. The last year they minted was 1921. So the last year for these was 1921, which they minted a lot, which you should probably will see those above anything else as a 1921 Morgan. From that day, they picked up with the peace dollar. So they have the peace dollar was from 1921 through 1928, and then they stopped minting for a few years. Then had a 1934 and 35 mint year for the peace dollar. So Morgans are roughly about 3/4 of an ounce of troy ounce of silver. It's like 0.77325 or something like that. Troy ounces of silver, depending on how worn they are. So the more worn the coin, the less silver content you'll have just from natural wear and things like that. But I wanted to kind of really dig into these and go over why they're a good idea to stack, especially for new stackers, and for older stackers as well. But I really enjoy the Morgan silver dollars because, for one, they're just, beautiful coins. Let me find a good specimen here. They're beautiful coins, and they're very, very well known. Here's an 1898. I think this is an O. Yep, right there. 1898 O Morgan dollar. And this is a New Orleans mint. They minted these Philadelphia, Denver, New Orleans, San Francisco, and Carson City. Carson City being the most sought after because they didn't mint as many as the other mints did. So, and I really wanted to just kind of go over, this is not going to be a super long video, but I want to go over the ones to really look for and kind of the ones to stay away from if you're in the mindset of stacking weight. Then stay away from these. I would stay away from these. If you are kind of in a good spot with your weight stacking wise, and you want to just stack some things that will be very liquid, easy to sell, or easy to kind of move, easy to barter with later, then these are great. But the premium is kind of out the roof on these, so it's hard to find a good looking Morgan that's in a price range that's not gonna completely be out of the ballpark for you. So when you look at a coin like this, there's two major things really to look for, and we'll talk about this right here. Now these are all in capsules that I've put them in, they didn't kind of fit quite right. So you can see like some of them have like a little bit of extra here just to keep them tight in there so they don't move. But what you really want to look for in these Morgans is the detail in the hair here on Lady Liberty, and then the kind of bonnet cap here. You want to look here and see how much detail you can make out between the hair and stuff like that, in the face. Make sure that it's not so worn that this is just, you know, a complete smoothed over piece and you can just see the line where the hair meets here, because that's what they would call a Morgan cull. And Morgan culls are really not worth picking up unless you're just really wanting to have it for its silver weight. If that's the case, it's not even going to be that 0.77 or whatever, however many, whatever the troy ounce division it is. It's not even going to be that. It's going to be a lot less, because you know how worn it is. The silver content's going to be worn away some. But so the first aspect you want to look at is the front, or the obverse of the coin. You want to make sure that it's got good detail in the face, good detail in the head, and it's not too hard to make out that little bonnet cap here, and then in the hair. And then of course you want to make sure that you can see the date pretty easily. If not, I mean, that's okay. You just don't want it to be like so messed up that you really even can't tell the date. The next thing is, if you can make out the mint at the bottom here, and it's going to be on the reverse of the coin, just below the eagle, where this wreath kind of comes down. The mint is going to be right here. It'll be P, D, S, O, or CC. This is an O, so this is in New Orleans, and as long as you can make out that, you can really, you know, kind of pick and choose. I mean, the gray sheet's going to tell you exactly what the mintages are, so you can really make some pretty good money if you find some of these to have the right mint in the right year. But you want to make sure that the mint is there, you can see it. And then on these wings, this is another kind of going back to my first video here. A lot of these, I mean, if it's worth faking, they're going to fake it. So a lot of these were faked and still are being faked. And an easy way to, I guess, tell a fake, or one of the types of fakes, is here between this wing and the neck of the eagle, there will be a gap there. It's kind of hard to focus, but there will be a gap there that is a lot wider than what that looks like right there. It almost looks like the crook of that wing comes in and touches the neck of the eagle there. And that is how that is supposed to be. But some of these fakes will make the wing kind of outstretches a little bit, and there's more of a space here. And if you look at them side by side, it's almost like what's on the left wing, that spacing there on this side. So that's one way to kind of tell it apart. Another way is if you have an acid test, you can tell that way. But normally the Carson City variants of these are going to be the ones that are going to be the most counterfeited. But that's not to say that, you know, a New Orleans mint can't be or won't be. But now these are super nice coins. They're beautiful. They're American history, and that's what I love about them. And honestly, I mean, it's kind of cool to kind of go back and get your hands on these, and you know you're holding what somebody may have had in their pocket, you know, over 140 years ago. So I mean, it's just really cool, and it's super nice. And some of these coins can get really, really nice, as far as the shape they're in. So I mean, like, if we look here, we have an 1889 or an 1899 O mint here. This is an 1880p. There's no mint mark there, so that's a Philadelphia 1880. Let's see, 1878 P, so that's Philadelphia 1878. And so even with the 1878, you still got good detail there. And it's starting to get a little bit, worn out in here, a little bit worn, but it's still got sharp detail, and that's what you really want to look for with these coins. As long as it's got sharp detail and you can make out the differences between like edge to edge, then that's perfect. Here's another 1878. This is an S, 1878 S. So this is a San Francisco mint. Beautiful coin there. That one's a little bit better than that other 1878. Let's see what we got here. There's another 1898. 1898 O. This is a New Orleans mint. That's a good looking coin too. I got a little bit of surprise here for you guys at the end. I'm kind of saving it for last. 1889. And that one's an O as well. Yep, 1889 O. You can see that one really well. And that one's got crisp lettering there. It's good. That's a good looking coin. Here we go. 1881. Nope. 1884. 1884. Sometimes it's hard to see that. And there is an error on the 1884. I think where this 4 is scratched or dashed or something on this side. And if you find one of those, they're worth a good bit of money. So be on the lookout. That's an O. That's a New Orleans mint. And there's variants of these called VAMs. And I want to say there's like 100 variants of that. And each VAM is worth a particular amount of money. And if you can collect the different types and then the different errors and things, they go for a huge ton of money, and people are after them. They really want them. That's why I think these are super handy and awesome to have and to stack, because Morgans are just a beautiful coin, and they're available. They made tons of them, and people love them. You can always sell a Morgan, really, probably before anything else. I mean, they're constitutional silver. This is what our country used as payment during these, during the years on these coins. So that's what's so cool. This is an 1880. Looks like another O. Like a lot of O's. I got a lot of New Orleans mint coins. I did not realize that. And that's what's so cool is you get these coins, and say if you get like a lot, not a lot as in an amount, but a lot of them, like 20. There's no telling what you may get. You may have 3 or 4 different mints in there and several different dates. So I did not realize that these, I just grabbed a bunch, did not realize how many New Orleans mint Morgans were in there. So that's pretty cool. 1879 here. And that one's an S, San Francisco. And see, they get a little bit of burnish on this, and they start to turn a little bit dark. But I kind of like that, because it kind of makes that, the lettering and the stars and things punch out a little bit more. I kind of like that. Some people really enjoy the toning that these coins get, because they can really tone up cool and show all these crazy colors and look awesome and pop. And that's kind of what is leading me to this next part here. So this, and I did that on purpose to hide it. This is what came after the Morgan silver dollar, was the piece dollar. This is a 1923 piece dollar, and as you can tell, piece right there at the bottom, that tells you everything you need to know. The piece dollar. And these guys are cool. I really like the I like the design of these as well, with the crown. It's a really cool design. I think I might like the Morgan design just a little bit better, but these are beautiful coins as well. And they can, man, there's some high relief coins in this that are gorgeous. And just like the Morgans, people are always after these coins. So they're super liquid. Highly recommend stacking these. Maybe not for weight as much, but for sellability. Now, I want to say, yeah, I was wanting to look and see the edges of this coin, because I can't, I have a capsule in here with a little bit of extra padding in there to make sure that the edges of this coin are good. Some of them, I have a problem with the edges kind of being pushed in a little bit on them, but yeah, I mean, just check out the coin before you commit to it. It might be a little bit right there, by the L, but yeah, just check out the coin, and you can look for yourself, but always a good idea to go with Morgans and the piece dollars. Now this one I am really proud of, and this kind of takes the idea of toning and that kind of idea, like, why people like toning and the colors and things like that. This takes it to a new level. This is probably the most toned coin I have, and it's probably the most beautiful coin I have, and you'll see why. Now this is a 1922 high relief piece dollar, and would you just look at that beautiful toning. Look at the blues and the purples, even gets into orange and yellow at the bottom. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? It'll be yellow around the top. And that's just from, probably being in a stack of coins for a while. And they're silver coins, and it just started to tone like this. That's amazing to me that these coins can do this. And that's why I love them so much, because you'll end up finding gems like this, and they're just so gorgeous. I mean, I could sit here and look at this coin all day. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Now that one has every color of the rainbow. Look at this. It's got red, yellow, orange at the bottom, moves into blue, purple, and that indigo color. Look at that. You have pretty much every color of the rainbow. That's so cool. Yeah. And that's the thing, is you can find gems like this when you're searching for these coins. Now this isn't a reason to go looking for these coins, but man, that helps out the cause, because I mean, look at that. That is super cool to look at. And that is just it's a 1922 piece dollar. It's the same coin as this. This is 1923. It's a silver coin, but man, look at that, the difference. Isn't that crazy? And as compared to, here's a Morgan. I mean, that, and the Morgans can get the same way. I've got a couple Morgans that are toned up, but not like this. This is the most toned up coin I have. But man, that kind of you know, spells it out right there, and it kind of brings us right up here to the end of the video, where I just wanted to, you know, show these Morgans, show some peace dollars, and get you guys thinking about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Now, if you're a new stacker and you want to just kind of go for a lot of weight right now, that is perfectly fine. I would probably put my money into the generic rounds for now. But you know, if you can find some good prices on Morgans and peace dollars, hey man, go for it. But yeah, avid stackers and seasoned guys, I know they're always looking for Morgans, they're always looking for peace dollars, and they're always looking for that specific mint, that specific year. And it's kind of like a never-ending hunt. Like things just kind of keep going and going and going. But yeah, for you new guys out there, new stackers, this is just kind of an idea of what you can expect, or what you can see out there in the market. If you're stacking for weight, like I said, I would stay with generics and things, but eventually you'll want to get to a point where you'll start getting constitutional silver, and this will help you in the long run for not only weight, being that, you know, one of these in good condition is almost 3/4, it's thereabouts, about 3/4 of a troy ounce of silver. But also, I mean, these are just widely recognized. They're from the United States Mint, and I mean, everybody knows Morgans and peace dollars. So that's kind of the end of my little speech here. I kind of beat the Morgan dollar and the peace dollar deal to death there, but I wanted to get out and start, you know, putting the pieces together for the new people that are just getting this started, because I know that they're seeing all of the bigger channels with Morgan silver dollars, peace dollars strewn out, and they have all this, you know, set around with all of their generics and everything together, and they're thinking, well, do I need to get generics, or do I need to get these, or do I need to get both at the same time? Honestly, my answer for that would be, if you're new into it, stack for weight first, then get your generics, or not your generics, then get your constitutional silver. And I would probably start with, you know, some dimes, quarters, half dollars, things like that first. But yeah, if you can find good deals on these, and the premium's not too crazy high, yeah, go for it. Especially if you can find some gems like this, man. I mean, that right there alone is worth, you know, searching through a few lots of coins just to find the one that's, man, been sitting there and gotten all toned up just for you, waiting for you to find it. Now that is a sight. Anyway, this has been T-Chill Silver and Such. I hope you had a great time. I hope you learned something. And all you stackers, hey, like, subscribe, comment for more. I'll be back. I'm gonna try to post Tuesdays and Thursdays with new silver content, new stacking content, and I hope to see you there. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Thanks.